All right. So from our talks earlier, it really seems like you're a drug addict, just plain out. What I want your basic and raw opinions on the epidemic of addiction and recovery.
All right. Well, first off, I want to start by saying that never in any way would I ever discourage an addict seeking help or recovery, to take those steps to getting help, because I know firsthand that drug addiction can take you to some of the most dark, desolate, isolated, horrible, painful places in the world. So I want to start out by saying that recovery as a concept, is a beautiful thing. I'm going to start out with the word recovery. In the basic texts of, Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, it says that addicts suffer from a disease that there is no known cure. Therefore, the concept of recovery seems unreal. They say straight out, we suffer from an illness we will never recover. And so that can be misleading. Not to say that there is not much healing in the process, but really, my main issue with this is that, addiction became really a field of medicine and a field of science. Somewhere maybe late 70s to mid 80s is when it really got relevant. And, it's their hearts are in the right place, but what's happened is it's become a industry. Just like drugs are an industry, now recovery is an industry. And Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous is a great program. You can go there for free and make friends and get advice, not advice, friendly suggestions, vent, drop your baggage, as they say. But, the rehabs and the treatment centers, and believe me, I'm not trying to say their heart's not in the right place, but they're selling sobriety, at a top dollar, just like people are selling drugs, and it's black and white. The whole point of life is that you find the gray area, in between the balance, and in these facilities and treatment centers, I know that really when someone's belief system is set up in such a way, the only way to change it is to really break them down, break down their psyche and build it back up in a loving way. But I feel that, and this is just from my firsthand experience, I feel that, they all claim to be a case-by-case basis, meaning that they look at you as an individual and what you've been through and all your surroundings, how you grew up, and they say that they will make a program, that fits you, who you are. But what I see is that there's just these almost outrageous generalizations, and they say it as if it's fact, and there is no fact when it comes to the human psyche. Everything is a combination of experience and genetics, and no two people are the same. And this is something that I'm really passionate about, but I just feel like, the industry has become so competitive that now the treatment centers...
Wait, what industry? The health industry?
The recovery industry. The recovery industry has become so competitive, and it's viewed as a medical issue, and by all means it is a medical issue, but it is a medical issue where there is no medicine for it. There is treatment, but there is no medicine. And of course, when you come into rehab and your life is collapsed and you've lost your relationships, maybe you've lost your home, maybe you've lost your freedom, of course you're going to be down and depressed. But how come when you go in and get your intake, they'll immediately diagnose you with clinical depression, bipolar disorder, all sorts of mood disorders, and start medicating you for it, when really, it's a situational depression. Of course, you're coming into rehab, your life is pretty much collapsed in on itself. I think they have no right to be giving these medications, these antidepressants, these mood stabilizers. Really all they do is put you onto another substance that you become dependent on, and when you leave treatment, and try to get off these medications, then all the real issues are going to start to resurface, and it's like you're back to square one. And I know that I am speaking in general terms as recovery as a whole, and I want to say again that I think, recovery is a great thing. It may have saved my life, but get a fucking education.